The Bionic has just been officially added to Roblox Jailbreak, and well, suffice it to say, every single expectation I had for this vehicle has come true. In fact, I can sum it up for you in just 3 words. It's completely broken, in the best way possible. So, as most of you probably remember from my last video about the Bionic, I talked about how it would almost certainly end up being faster than the drone, and guess what? I was right. The full top speed of the Bionic is an insane 155 miles per hour. That's right, 155 miles per hour, which puts it a whopping 15 miles per hour faster than the drone, which was previously capped at 140 miles per hour. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Wait, there has to be a catch, right? The Bionic can't just be a strictly better version of the drone that goes 15 miles per hour faster with no downsides. Well, you'd actually be surprised. I'm going to thoroughly break down exactly how this new vehicle is balanced, or not balanced. So make sure you stick around until the very end of the video because there's a lot to cover. In fact, the only immediate difference I noticed at first, comparing the Bionic side by side with the drone, is that the Bionic does not have a spotlight. Honestly, I'm pretty sure almost nobody ever used the spotlight on the drone anyway, and from what the dev said, it was actually planned to be added but got removed last minute because it just didn't look right and clashed with the Bionic's sleek new design. But even without that one tiny feature, if you can even call it a downside, the second you hop into the Bionic, everything becomes clear. Just to recap for anyone who's thinking about buying it right now, it spawns at the $1 million dealership, costs exactly 1 million cash, and has completely replaced the old drone's spot in the showroom. The very first thing you'll notice when you take off is that it has the exact same acceleration curve as the drone, but then it just keeps going. It keeps accelerating all the way up to that glorious 155 miles per hour top speed. To show you what I mean, I went ahead and did a full power plant robbery using the Bionic. Now, it's not going to beat the Volt bike every single time. The Volt still consistently pulls around 6,000 cash on a perfect run, but the Bionic is literally just a hair behind, getting me around 5,700 cash. And here's the crazy part, that's with 0 skill required. You don't have to weave between buildings, dodge traffic, or worry about crashing. You just fly straight over everything. It's honestly so chill and relaxing. What's actually hilarious to me is that the Bionic completely makes the stunt plane obsolete now. Think about it. The stunt plane has a 170 miles per hour top speed compared to the drone's old 140. So back in the day, there was actually a decent reason to use it, but now the Bionic sits at 155 miles per hour with insanely precise controls, especially on mobile. It's a total no-brainer. The flying height is also perfect. Honestly, I couldn't tell any difference compared to the drone, so that concern is completely gone. Anyway, before we discuss into the few actual downsides and some other cool details I want to share about the Bionic, do me a quick favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep making more jailbreak content like this for you guys. Alright, back to the Bionic. There's one thing that unfortunately did not live up to the hype. The Bionic does not surpass the old Blade's legendary 165 miles per hour top speed. It gets super close. 155 miles per hour is still incredible. But when I pulled up some old Blade footage, which I'm showing on screen right now, you can clearly see the Blade was still noticeably faster overall. That being said, I'm actually kind of glad they narrowed the speed gap so much in modern Jailbreak. Dropping from a 25 mile per hour difference, Blade versus drone, down to just 10 miles per hour, Blade versus Bionic, is a massive improvement. Think about it. Half a decade ago, when the Blade first dropped back in 2020, the Jailbreak map was tiny. There was no Crater City, no huge expansions yet, just a super compact world with barely any long distances. That 165 miles per hour made the Blade feel completely and utterly broken. You could zip across the entire map in seconds, dominating every robbery and every form of transportation with literally 0 effort. It was the undisputed grinding king back then. Fast forward to today, the map is massive, especially with Crater City sitting way out in the middle of nowhere. Those marathon flights make even the Bionic's 155 miles per hour feel a little slower than you'd want, definitely slower than the Blade would feel on the current map. But here's the exciting part. Asimo has been hinting for a while now, and there's been a lot of talk lately, that Crater City is supposedly going to be shrunk, reworked, or even completely removed sometime in 2026, most likely during a huge live event. Maybe they'll blow the whole thing up, who knows. But it's been joked about multiple times before. Right now, besides the one robbery, the gun shop, and the garage, Crater City is basically a giant, empty wasteland. Once that area finally gets revamped or deleted, the longest flights in the game are going to disappear overnight. The biggest complaint about slower aerial vehicles, having to fly all the way from Rising City to Crater City, will be gone for good. When that happens and the map finally becomes compact again, the Bionic's 155 miles per hour is going to feel perfect. Almost exactly like how the Blade felt back on the old small map. It will be fast enough to dominate every robbery once more, delivering that legendary Blade level experience while staying perfectly balanced for the new era. Until then, yeah, the Blade's raw speed definitely had a bigger impact back in its day, and honestly still would on the current huge map. But the second the map actually shrinks, the Bionic instantly becomes the undisputed best flying vehicle in the game. Now, while we're on the topic of the Blade, a bunch of you commented on my last video saying, the Blade is removed, it doesn't exist anymore, so comparing modern vehicles to its old performance is pointless. And honestly, you're not entirely wrong. But you're also not telling the full story. There's this super rare vehicle called the Lear. It's basically only owned by exploiters or the one original legit owner, Lear herself. The crazy part? It uses the exact same stats as the old Blade, including that glorious 165 miles per hour hovering top speed. So technically, the fastest hovering vehicle in Jailbreak history still exists today. It's just an incredibly rare sight because almost nobody can own one legitimately. Unfortunately, I don't have any clean footage of the Lear flying around right now, but trust me, I've ridden in the passenger seat before, and it is insane. Maybe I'll hunt down some solid clips and feature it in a future video. Anyway, moving on, let's talk trading values, because I know a ton of you have been waiting for me to add the Bionic to the Jailbreak Trading Network value list. As of right now, since it's still purchasable for exactly 1 million cash, that's what it's valued at. No surprises there. I literally predicted this exact outcome in my last video. The drone's value, however, is a completely different story. I'm actually dropping a full dedicated video very soon, breaking down all the trades and offers the community has been getting for the drone since the Bionic released. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so you don't miss it. But in short, expect some absolutely massive overpays for the drone this weekend while the hype is still fresh. After that, the value will probably stabilize somewhere around what it used to be purchasable for, maybe a little higher. I've already seen people begging me to set the value at 1.25 million, 1.5 million, or even more, so I'll be making the official call in the next couple of days. My advice, if you have a drone and you're thinking of trading it, do it right now, before an official value is even set, because that's when you'll get the absolute most for it. Another cool little detail I noticed, the Bionic has the exact same durability as the drone, 50 hit points and a 15-second disable timer, but the disabled sound effect is lower pitched and honestly sounds way cooler. It's a small thing, but it's a nice touch, especially because you're going to be hearing it a lot. Just like the drone, the Bionic gets shot down super easily by snipers, revolvers, rockets, jets, you name it. But I don't really see that as a downside, because that's just how hovering vehicles have always worked in Jailbreak. They're meant for fast, safe transportation, not tanking damage. One last thing I want to clear up, and I saved it for near the end because I knew it would disappoint some people. No, the Bionic cannot be spawned in the premium garage. Same goes for the drone. It's never been possible, and honestly, it was never realistic to expect that. Look at the Celsius and crew capsule. Those are much more nerfed now compared to the Bionic, and the reason they're allowed in the premium garage is that they came from older, relatively short and difficult seasons from years ago, the Bionic is a modern, permanently obtainable vehicle that pretty much everyone can get, so letting it spawn in the premium garage would completely break the game's balance. The same logic applied to the drone, until today when it got replaced by the Bionic. It just wouldn't make sense. And that's pretty much everything for my initial impressions. Honestly, the only other thing worth mentioning is that I really like the Bionic's interior cockpit design. There are a bunch of cool gauges and details scattered around. It looks awesome in first person, which I almost never use because on console there's still that annoying bug where you can't fully switch back to third person after going into first person. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. Other than that, on paper the Bionic really is just a straight performance and design upgrade over the drone. Things like it not having a rope for the cargo ship robbery don't really matter because no other hovering vehicle has that feature either. So yeah, that's the Bionic in a nutshell. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the new vehicle. Are you grinding for it? Do you think it's too broken? And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future jailbreak videos. I'll catch you guys in the next one.